Hi, I'm Michael Sinoff, founder and CEO of HardToFindSeminars.com. For the last 5 years, I've interviewed the world's best business and marketing minds. Now my challenge is to build the world's largest free resource for online, downloadable audio business interviews. I've learned a lot in the last 5 years, and today I'm going to show you the skills you need to survive.
Hi, this is Doug Clof, and I would like to welcome all the new HMA consultants to the HMA system. You're going to have a tremendous experience, have a lot of fun, and make a lot of money.
Tell the story how you first got involved with all this.
Yeah, well, I used to travel a lot with my consulting company. I remember it was probably about 89 and 90. I was on my way to Toronto. I stopped in the Salt Lake City airport and picked up a little business publication. I don't even recall now what it was for sure, but some kind of little business newspaper. And I was sitting on the plane reading that, and in the paper I saw an ad from this guy who was doing some kind of marketing consulting stuff, and said that he would work on contingency. And said that for every dollar generate for me, then he'd only keep 25 cents of it. And I thought, well, that's kind of an interesting concept, because I had been doing a similar type thing, in my consulting practice with a lot of the clients I was working with. And so I thought, well, I'll just, when I get back to Utah, I'll give this guy a call. Or actually, I said when I get on the ground, I'll give this guy a call, because I remember I called him from Canada, introduced myself, and said, hey, we're kind of doing a similar type thing here. Why don't we get together when I get back in town?
What were you doing at that time? Was it your own consulting business?
I had been consulting radio stations for, at that point, probably about 6 years.
Doing consulting, were you in the radio business or worked around it or what?
When I got out of school, I teamed up with a couple of other guys, and we bought a little radio station down in a small town in New Mexico. It's called Alamogordo, New Mexico. Mm-hmm. Bought a little station there, turned it around, had a lot of success. We sold it in '84, and then I just kind of had other broadcasters come to me and people saying, gee, what did you guys do there? And could you come teach us? And so I just started working with other radio stations, and, before you know it, I was traveling all over the place, training stations and teaching them what we had done at our station. What really happened for me is when I met Richard and started integrating some of his concepts into what I was doing to market myself and market my own practice, that's when things really took off. First year that I really integrated some of his principles, I remember the first year that I did that, my income increased by about 600%. I mean, it was just phenomenal. And basically it came as a result of doing three things. One was really defining what my unique selling proposition was. Secondly, providing a risk-free guarantee. And thirdly, really narrowing down my target market and focusing on the right segment of the market. So
let's go back to you're at the airport, you call Richard, you say, let's get together, and then what happened?
I didn't get back to Salt Lake for about 2 weeks. When I did get back a couple of weeks later, I gave him a call, and, he came down to my office, and we met. He started talking to me about some of his ideas and some of the different things he was doing, and I just kind of went from there.
Once you knew the HMA marketing system was pretty much gelled, and had you used this with some of your clients, integrated the system or the marketing system with some of your radio stations or some of your consulting clients?
Yeah, absolutely. Not only did I use it to market my own practice, which saw dramatic results from that, but I integrated a lot of the principles of the HMA system into what I was teaching my radio station clients and teaching their salespeople how to do as well, and working with the radio station clients.
With your radio station clients, before you were exposed to this, were you doing contingency, or were you doing it per project? How would you charge, and what challenges did you have before you met up with Richard and learned these ideas?
I was really doing a lot of different things, and none of it I could say was really totally focused. I was doing some contingency stuff. I was doing some for project stuff. I was just trying to figure out the best niche or the best way to make it work. And after meeting with Richard and learning about the power of the HMA system, I made a determination that what I needed to do was really focus on the contingency-based clients, really make it a win-win situation. And once I did that, I mean, things just exploded and really took off. And they made a lot of money, and I made a lot of money, and everybody was pretty happy.
So sometimes contingencies can work for you. Sometimes they can be risky, but using contingency with the HMA system did work for you.
It worked extremely well, but you're exactly right when you say it has to be the right situation. I mean, it has to be in a situation where you have the control to be able to know exactly what the results of your efforts are, and then you'll be able to get paid from that. So it's not going to work in every situation, but what I did and the way I used it, it did work extremely well.
Tell me about the opportunity analysis. When I looked at the system, I think that thing is fantastic. How did you use the opportunity analysis in getting clients? Do any cold prospecting, meeting with clients, taking them through the opportunity analysis to generate clients?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Did that a lot. The real power of that is that what it helps to do is help to identify areas within any business, whether it's a radio station or anything else for that matter. It helps to really identify what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, and, some of those assets that could be deployed in a much more profitable way and could be leveraged to generate a lot more business. And once you take a client through that, it really opens their eyes to the fact that, I could be making a lot more money. I could be doing things, I could do things a little bit differently, not really have to spend any more money doing it, but just by redeploying some of the assets in some different ways, it could really, mean a lot more sales and a lot more profitability.
Would you ever charge for the opportunity analysis, or would you always do it free? Did you ever play around with that?
Yeah, I did, and I still do, with some of the things that I do. I do, in fact, charge for that.
How do you set that up? How would you structure that for a charge? At what point, when you first talk to them, how would you position yourself to charge for the meeting, the opportunity analysis, rather than do it for free?
Well, I position it as a marketing audit. I would use as a door opener to get in to do other things, but clients would be oftentimes willing to pay just to find out, do I have hidden marketing assets? Do I have things that I could do that, maybe I could be more effective with? Mm-hmm. And essentially that's what the purpose of the marketing audit is to help identify those hidden marketing assets, and maybe just brainstorm with them a little bit on how they could use that more effectively. Once you do that, their eyes are kind of opened up, and they see, maybe this, I should go further and take it to the next step. But yeah, in and of itself, it's a valuable tool just to, help a business owner to see where they could maybe be doing things more effectively.
I get a lot of questions from people, and it's a credibility question. People feel like they don't have marketing experience, and what I tell them is that the credibility issue is almost a non-issue, because once you take someone through the opportunity analysis and they see where the money is, you've established your credibility, and they don't care who you are. They want what they see that they're losing out. What would you tell someone who maybe doesn't have a lot of consulting experience, maybe doesn't have a lot of confidence when it comes to the credibility issue? What would you advise someone who's thinking about coming into this about that situation?
Well, that's a great question, because I've worked with many people that are in that situation. Just tell them, hey, follow the process and use the system, because just doing that in and of itself leapfrogs you so far ahead of other people out there that are so-called consulting or marketing experts. There's not even any comparison.
Hi, it's Michael Senoff with HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching this video. Many of my interviews last 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, sometimes even up to 2.5 hours long. They're actual mini seminars, and you've just listened to a short sample of just one of over 117 hours of exciting, hard-hitting, mind-blowing interviews on how to make money in direct mail, advertising, copywriting. I assure you, there is not a resource anywhere on the internet or on the planet that comes close to the free information I provide at HardToFindSeminars.com. So go right now to HardToFindSeminars.com, and you'll have free access to 117 hours of audio interviews with typed word-for-word downloadable transcripts and downloadable MP3 files. Please browse some more of the videos or go right directly to HardToFindSeminars.com. Thanks for watching.